Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Goose here. I'm just coming at you today, and we're going to go over the Object Kust, or I like to call it the Cursed. I do not like this tank. Come on, G-Sor. Are you kidding me? Now I have to wait an hour for my reload. Before we get into the video too far, what we're going to do is we're going to be taking a look at the armor model of this tank and seeing what kind of armor this tank actually has. Is the armor usable or not? Let's take a moment and take a look and find out what it actually looks like. So here we are. This is the armor. This is the Kust. The problem with this tank is you have to use the siege mode. You have to be able to use the siege mode to get the shots, and you have to angle your tank down. If you don't, this tank has the armor of a pencil case. It has no armor, 210, 211 straight on. And if you shoot the R2-D2 turret at the top, it's got a whopping 30 armor. Any HE shell from any tank, tier 7 or higher, is going to pen the R2-D2 turret for full damage with HE. So when you're playing this tank, you want to stay as hidden as possible. You absolutely want to make sure that you max the camo value as much as you can on this tank to make it usable. The gun is nice with a long reload. So we're going to take a moment. We're going to take a look at all of the stats of this tank in the reload, the camo values, the different things like that. All right, so what I've done is I'm showing you the Object Kust without anything on it except the camo. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to remove the camo as well from this tank, period, because I want to show everybody what this tank looks like from a base, with nothing on it, with no camos, with nothing at all. So what we're going to do, we're just going to chuck a paint on it, purchase, because there's no anything. This tank, this is what you got. You have alpha damage. You do have that. This is the one thing that's actually going for the tank, is the alpha damage. It's got 550 with 279 penetration on the standard round, and it rocks a beautiful 320 on the heat round. So it does have usable ammo. It does have a usable gun. Issue is this 17-second reload. That's without a crew, that's without any equipment, and without any consumables. So that 17.07 second reload is crazy long. So you're going to want to be focusing on putting a rammer and probably food on this thing, because we already know it doesn't have armor. So like the fire extinguisher isn't going to help you as much as you think. So this is what's going down with that. Then you got the traverse. You got the nice gun depression of 10 degrees. That really works. Aim time is long as well. 3-second aim time, basically, at 2.88 and 0.41 dispersion and a horrible 1900 DPM. This tank, the only thing it's got going for it is the penetration, really, and the alpha. It doesn't have great accuracy. Doesn't have the armor. And let's take a look. Survivability, 1,200 hit points. Not the greatest. Not the greatest. Specific power isn't too bad at 18. It says it goes 50, but I think they're lying to us, because I've played this tank on my press account, and it feels sluggish. It doesn't feel great at all. Concealment is at a beautiful 17.67. Now, here's the deal. We were talking earlier about accuracy. I'm just going to go back up to that. It does get better when you put it in siege mode. So whenever you're playing this tank, to fire it, you want to put it in siege mode if you're wanting to hit your shots the best that you can. Going back, view range 350. This thing is blind. This thing has no vision at all. So let's take a look what this tank will look like if we fully equip it with great equipment, a great crew, and put some food on it. Let's take a look. So we're going to make skill the commander. We're going to make Jean. We're going to put Jean in there. My 704 crew, Judy and Jane White are going to be in there as well. So we got skill. We've got Judy, Jean, and Jane, the Triple J. In with the King Baboon. So it's a great crew. So we've already dropped the dispersion down. We've increased the DPM and reduced the aim time. Now let's add equipment. So what I recommend for this tank for equipment is IAU, rammer, and there's vents is what I would take as well, because you do want a little bit more view range. And I'm going to be real. Even with this setup, your view range is still 390 with this crew and these incredible bounty equipment. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop into it now the food. So we're going to apply that. You also might, if you don't care too much about the vision and you're going to have like a dedicated scout, say in a platoon, what you want to do is maybe take off the bounty vents and rock in a exhaust system if you're going to be playing with a dedicated scout, because it might really help out with your camo value. So with this setup right now, we're going to drop the food on there and then we'll go over all the stats. Let's put a camo back on it, get a 2D style here. So with this, your camo value has significantly increased, but it's still 39.22, which isn't super impressive when you think of even 90 that's rocking a 56% camo value, you know, manticores that are rocking those high values. So you got to realize that you still are not super invisible, and after firing you go down to 6. Like, it's not great. The next thing is your view range is only 408. That's with food, bounty vents. You're still rocking only a 408. If you wanted to swap vents for coated optics, just grab a standard coated optics just for fun. If you put the standard coated optics, it really only gives you 434. It is a lot better. You might get to 445 if you put a bounty coated optics on there, but that's kind of just where we're at. Like I said, personally, I recommend the vents. It's nice. It gives you a bonus to all your crew and your reload. And it gives you better dispersion, which is nice. Down to 0.34, 2,500 DPM, 558, 283, and then you've got your heat round at 320. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this tank into battle, and we're going to see how we do. So there you go. All right, so let's take a look. What are we going to be fighting against? First off, we got an all tier 8 game, which is incredible for this time of night on the NA. So the big things that we're probably going to see, because we're going to go to the sniper hill. One of the things we're probably going to wind up seeing over here will be probably the meal, the Type 57 maybe. You got to take a look. There's double Gonzalo, lots and lots of heavy tanks. We got a heavy tank meta in this game. There's only 2 TDs per team. They have a Nomad and an SVAC. We have a Kust and a T28. So let's see how we do. The beauty is, like I said, the 320 heat pen, which in an all tier 8 game is great because you're going to be penning most of the time. I don't like knocking these trees over a lot of times because when you knock them over, what happens is you get blind fired up here quite a bit. But it's nice for the camo value, and if you can spread the trees out to give you more chance of not getting blind fired. So try to knock down as many as you can, or as quickly as you can. As you can see, this is what I wanted to show. So you see the siege mode, how the reticle is that size. So when you're not in siege mode, you see how it almost doubles. So it does make a big difference making sure that you are in siege mode for these shots. A lot of times in this tank, you're going to be pitching a tent and cooking some s'mores, hoping for the best game possible. Just going to move up higher, try to get a better angle, because we're winning this side quite handily. As you can see, the alpha is really nice. That we've hit 2 low rolls because it's, you know, but it's all right. 550 is the alpha. We're hit 520, 528, but it's backed them off, and they're both now 1-shots. So we've done quite a bit of work already, even with just those 2 shots, even only being 1,000 damage, because it will allow our mediums to be able to push. So now that we know that, we're going to go back up our mediums to try to make them less scared to push, and hopefully they'll go. Got to pay close attention though as we're playing this to the other side of the map. We've lost a couple tanks over there. Trying to get this Iron Arnie to come with me. I just don't want to get double barreled by this 703 because that's most of my hit points. I only have 1,200, right? So And that's what we wanted to see. See if we can use some of this gun depression. So we now know where the SVAC is and their AT. He was not ready for that. Nice. We did get spotted, though, so that's a little bit tricky. We got to be careful here a little bit. You know what? We're going to showcase the HE shell. We're going to push this SVAC. Don't need it anymore. Going back to heat. Do they come back? That's the question. Do they push forward or do they come back? We can't go on their cap. Their cap's too wide open. If we go to their cap, it's going to be bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come back here. And this is where it really sucks. I really have to hope that our bat chat can get out of where he's at to come back. And he's not. All right. Well, here we go. I guess the only thing I can do is if we get on cap is I'm going to try to play this ridge line right here so I can stop them from being able to come back to reset cap. Like I said, this is where the vision on this tank is really, really sucky. It'd be really nice to have the extra vision, but let's do our best to see if we can stop them from coming through the middle. Oh, we bounced that. It's unfortunate. We were spotted, but we should be still in a safe position. This is the reload that I'm talking about, how long this is. It feels just so long. Got it. That's why I took this middle position, to stop them from being able to reset the cap. So we got 3 on cap. We should be safe. This should be a GG. There's another one, like I said, through the middle. Let's get our aim back on. And GG. So, as you can see, kind of the strengths and the weaknesses of this tank in the battle and how it worked out. Overall, not a bad game. 2,500 damage, a kill. Showed kind of how to play this tank, where to go, slow play it. Don't try to be the front and take risks when you know you can, because you have that little bit of alpha. So this is kind of the gameplay that you'll want to do with this tank. We're going to take a look at the final results here. We got a 3rd class badge. We were number 1 on the team in damage, so that's really nice. Interesting XP. 2,573, and then we got a kill and we got that Tiger 2 and stop them from being able to push to cap to reset. Like I said, for me, it's not my favorite tank. The gameplay of the tank is very slow. You have to really hang back and hope that your team can be there to help you out with it. If you have any questions or you liked the video, please definitely comment down below what equipment you might be using on the Kust. And if you've had any great successes, maybe leave a link maybe to your best game that you've had in it so far. I hope everybody has an amazing, amazing rest of the week. And I'll see you all when I get back from Austria. Cheers, good vibes, and thanks for watching.